What's up, boys and girls? Empire Steve with you again. Yep, again. Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? No, I'm just kidding. Today is Thursday, and it is the second to last day of the trading week. And let's talk about what I traded today and what my mind was thinking when I decided to play these tickers that I played. So let's first talk about the overall market real fast. I'm going to go to the 5 minute so we can see a little bit better. Here, let's go to Dow first. Actually, Dow has been on a bull run the last few days, which you don't typically see. Yesterday and the day before, it was nice and bullish, so all the Dow stocks were moving quite nicely. Here is SPY. SPY today, and today pre-market looked pretty good. Started to sell off before the market opened for like options trading, like the normal intraday market, and bounced at around 10-15ish. Qs very similar to SPY, bounced around 10-10, 10-15ish, and yeah, so that's a little bit intriguing and interesting that they did that. And finally, the tech stocks have not been doing very good the last few days. It has been nasty, really ever since Amazon's earnings, and Amazon really took the whole market down with it and made it a little bit bearish as far as the tech stocks go. So what I traded, the first thing I traded today was Amazon, and I got a little bit lucky on Amazon. I had a little bit of conviction and confidence in the trade, but it was a little suspect for a while. I ended up buying the Amazon calls, one Amazon 3305 call. I paid $870 for that one contract. I bought it at $941. Which is right here. Not quite sure exactly why I bought it here. I thought there would be a reversal on Amazon. If you look at the Qs at 941, there's this huge wick at the bottom. I got into mine basically like almost like 942. So this wick was already formed on the Qs. I was watching on my other monitor. And I was like, Amazon follows the Qs to a T. It really does. But I could see additionally that a lot of the Nasdaq stocks were moving. Apple was moving, and it's still moving. It's just basically straight up today. Shopify is looking nice and juicy. I was watching it early in the day. I did not trade it. Wish I did. Did not trade it. Nvidia looks a little meh. Zoom was looking good earlier. Zoom made that bounce right in 946, and you could see a similar bounce on Amazon. That's 10. This is the 946 spot. And I actually right here on Amazon could have sold and made like $30, but I did not sell. I was actually being greedy. And it ended up paying this time. It wouldn't typically end up paying. I told myself I was going to have a mental stop at 32.65, but I thought, and I have it drawn on my other monitor, I thought that Amazon would have held and bounced off of 32 on 32.70. And if you go to the daily on Amazon, you can see. It was hovering right on that 200-day not SMA, kind of a 200-day moving average, and so that's where my conviction came from, because it was right on that. And I knew that if it fell through 32.70 and held and like did not bounce off of in that area, that it would have been a bloodbath. I called that out on Webull, in the Webull community as well. So it ended up working in my favor. I think at one point it was down like $225 in this area when it did bounce out off 32.70, but I had that conviction, stayed in it. I ended up selling it at 10:30 at 10:20, which would be right in this right here. It finally got above the 9 EMA. The MACD crossed yet again, and then it actually turned into bullish momentum. You can see these big green candles on the MACD, and I ended up taking my profit. And I sold them at man, it's all blurry on my screen. Anyway, I sold them at 10.20, like I had already said, for $10.35. So I paid 870 and I sold it at 1,035. My total profit was $164.86. And as you can see, had I held, I would have been in the money right around in this area. And I think at one point these got to like $1,800 a piece. I could have made so much more money, but I didn't hold them because I was a little chicken. I lost confidence when we got into this area. I just lost that confidence and conviction. So it doesn't matter. I still made money. My second trade was Google, and I bought a Google 2740 strike call. All of mine I just played this week expire, and the Google I bought it at I purchased it at 954, and the reason why I purchased Google right here at 954, 955 is because it hit my scanner. I think I said before, but I'll let you know again. I use the black box stock scanner. It's pretty good. It sends out alerts. It's $100 a month if you guys and girls didn't know that. But it is a very good scanner, and you can see I mostly use it for the dark pool information that you can get on there, but the alerts are pretty decent too. You need to understand you need to be able to quickly find support and resistance. I don't just play them because they're alerting it. That is a little bit risky, but you need to, as long as you can find support and resistance and you know the levels for the stock, and it calls it out, then you can get that confidence. But it called it out at 952, and I bought mine at 954, and it called it out at they were it's hard to see. They were $4.21, and I bought mine cheaper. I paid $3.70, and I ended up selling mine. Here's 954. And I ended up selling mine at 1014. Again, just like Amazon, I could have sold them both at the same time. I could have made like $100 here. I think I was up like 100 right here. I looked away. I was looking at my dog. She's making a noise, and I looked back, and I just had my eyes off the monitor for just briefly. And I should have stayed in it because it was looking good and I was green. Boom. Came down. So I was in both of them at the same time. I think the most I was down on the Google call was like $20-$30. So I had confidence in that, and then you can see it starts breaking above the 9, or starts closing above the 9 EMA, and it's holding it. And I sold it at 1014. Yeah, at 1014, and I sold for $5.20, which is $520. So again, I purchased it for $370. Sold it at $520. My total profit was $149.86. So my total profit on the day was $314.72. So not bad of a day. That's a nice win. So I'll take that any day, as I'm sure any of you would take that. Again, just like Amazon, had I held it, I could have made so much more money. I think if I would have held Google and Amazon and sold them at the actual top, I would have made like over like $1,400 on the day, but I didn't. I wasn't going to be extra greedy, so it doesn't matter. Made money, so I'm happy about that. And that's basically it for me. As usual, if you all have anything you want me to talk about, anything you want me to go over in another video, any questions, comments, leave a comment down below. That'll be the best way to. Somebody made a comment to one of mine this morning. I said a response. They never responded to my initial question. So just like that, I'll try and respond to you guys and girls as soon as I possibly can. But if you, I hope you enjoy the content, and you should be seeing me tomorrow. I should definitely be. I think now that my kids are back in school, finally you'll see me Monday through Friday with my trade recaps, whether I'm winning or losing or whatever. You guys need to see them all so you really understand how the market works and how to adjust to it. And anyway, so have a good rest of your day, and we will see you tomorrow.